Diana hates her. Meghan Markle shocked as Charles Spencer unmasks her true face, declares he's hated Meghan from the start. All she wants is fame and money. Wait, what? Princess Diana's brother just called out Meghan Markle, and it's brutal. What if I told you that one of Princess Diana's closest blood relatives just broke the royal silence, and what came out of his mouth wasn't sugar and spice, but pure, unfiltered truth? That's exactly what happened when Charles Spencer, Diana's protective younger brother, dropped a bombshell that's still echoing through Buckingham Palace. And his words? Not only did they stun Meghan Markle, but they've also left royal watchers across the globe speechless. "I've hated her from the start," he allegedly confessed, eyes icy, tone firm. "All she wants is fame and money. My sister Diana would have seen right through her." Cue the record scratch. Yes, you read that right. Not only did Earl Spencer publicly denounce Meghan, but he also dragged Diana's legacy into the spotlight, claiming Meghan represents everything Diana fought against. Let's unravel this drama from the beginning, because this rabbit hole, it runs deep. And by the time you get to the end, you just might rethink everything you thought you knew about the Sussexes, the Spencers, and the royal family as a whole. Chapter 1. A Brother's Loyalty and a Ghost from the Past. Long before Meghan ever curtsied for Queen Elizabeth, Charles Spencer had made it his mission to protect his sister Diana's memory. He was the one who delivered that unforgettable eulogy at her funeral. The one who swore to shield her sons from the royal machine that, in his eyes, had chewed her up and spit her out. So imagine his shock when Harry, Diana's beloved little ginger, fell for Meghan, a Hollywood actress with a suitcase full of ambition, a past peppered with controversy, and a public image that screamed, brand more than bride. According to insiders, Charles bit his tongue for years. But now, he's biting back. He's allegedly told friends he saw Meghan as a publicist's dream and a royal family's nightmare. He claims Diana would have sensed the red flags, the endless press manipulation, the victim complex, the obsession with global attention. And his bottom line? Diana died fighting to be seen as a person, not a product. Meghan markets herself like she's selling perfume. Whoa. But what triggered this sudden honesty? And why now? Chapter 2. The Final Straw, How Meghan Pushed Charles Spencer Over the Edge. It wasn't just the Oprah interview, or the endless tell-all documentaries, or the Harry and Meghan Netflix show. It was all of it, and something else even more personal. Reports suggest that Charles Spencer had been quietly advising Prince Harry behind the scenes, urging him to slow down before marrying Meghan. He worried Harry was mistaking emotional rescue for real love, that Meghan, with her dazzling smile and camera-ready tears, had Harry wrapped around her finger. According to a royal aide, Charles even warned, "You don't need to marry someone just because they understand your pain. You need someone who'll help you heal it." But Harry didn't listen. And when the royal Megxit, exploded in the world's face, Charles reportedly felt betrayed. Not just by Harry, but by the woman who had, in his words, pulled the plug on a 1,200-year institution for a Spotify deal. When Meghan launched her Archetypes podcast and later her jam and lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, Charles allegedly scoffed. So this is what she left the crown for. Strawberry jam and Instagram hashtags. That was the moment, according to those close to him, when Charles decided, enough was enough. Chapter 3. A Public Showdown or a Family Civil War. Now, let's be real. This isn't just family tea. This is boiling, scalding, tip-the-kettle drama. Because Charles Spencer didn't just voice his dislike for Meghan behind palace doors. He went public. In a recent interview with a close friend, which has since been leaked, Charles reportedly said Meghan's entire brand is built on victimhood and calculated outrage. Even worse, he allegedly added, "She uses Diana like a shield, but she never knew her. Diana fought to be left alone. Meghan begs to be seen." And here's the real kicker. Charles claimed that Meghan twisted Diana's image to make herself relatable. He feels that Meghan's constant comparisons to Diana are not only inappropriate, but manipulative. If Diana could speak from the grave, he mused darkly, I doubt she'd have much to say to Meghan except, Stop using my name. Chills. But wait, where does Harry fit in all this? And how does he respond when his uncle slams his wife? Chapter 4. Harry caught in the crossfire, torn between blood and love. Imagine being Prince Harry. On one side, the woman you love, your wife, the mother of your children. On the other, your late mother's brother, the man who helped raise you, who promised to protect you from royal chaos. It's a no-win situation. Sources claim Charles Spencer tried one last time to reach Harry privately, sending him a heartfelt letter begging him to reconsider his choices. Don't let Diana's memory be reduced to a marketing gimmick, the letter allegedly read. She deserves better. And so do you. But Harry reportedly didn't respond. At least, not with words. He did, however, unfollow Charles on social media, stop inviting him to family events, and began referring to him in interviews as a distant uncle.
Ouch.
Is Harry really cutting ties with the one man who stood up for his mother in her darkest hour? Or is he just doing what Meghan always seems to encourage, burning bridges to build a brand? Chapter 5. Meghan's reaction and the fame game fallout. So, how did Meghan react when she heard about Charles Spencer's remarks? According to Palace insiders, she was furious. Not just angry, but devastated that someone so closely connected to Diana would publicly turn against her. She thought Charles was an ally, said one source. She used to tell Harry, "Your uncle gets it. He knows what we're up against." Clearly, she was wrong. Now insiders claim Meghan is scrambling to control the narrative, reaching out to media allies, crafting a fresh PR push, and even considering a new interview to address the hurtful lies coming from within the family. But here's the catch. The more she speaks, the less people seem to believe her. One royal expert summed it up best. When Meghan Markle speaks about being silenced, it's always into a microphone. And just like that, the fame Meghan chased so hard seems to be slipping through her fingers. Chapter 6. The legacy Diana left behind, and why it still matters today. Let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about Meghan versus Charles Spencer. This is about something deeper, something raw and real. What does it mean to protect a legacy? Diana's story wasn't just about paparazzi and palace gossip. It was about breaking chains, about authenticity, about being a woman, flawed, complicated, human, in a world that demanded perfection. Charles Spencer sees himself as her guardian. And Meghan? Well, he sees her as the threat. But here's the twist. The world doesn't see things in black and white. Some still believe Meghan is misunderstood, that Charles is stuck in the past, that Harry's choices are valid, even if messy. Others say Charles is finally saying what so many Brits have been thinking but were too afraid to voice. So, who's right? Maybe the real question isn't who's right, but what Diana would think if she were here. Would she embrace Meghan or call her out? Would she support Harry's exit, or mourn the monarchy he walked away from? We may never know. But one thing's clear, her name still holds power. And the war over her memory is far from over. Final thoughts. Whose side are you on? Charles Spencer versus Meghan Markle. Diana's legacy versus Hollywood ambition. Harry caught in the middle. It's the kind of royal drama that Netflix couldn't even script if it tried. But beyond the gossip and glam, there's a human story here, a story about love, loyalty, and the cost of truth. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Is Charles Spencer defending his sister, or attacking someone out of bitterness? Is Meghan a misunderstood woman navigating impossible pressure, or a master manipulator playing the long game? Sound off below. Share your thoughts. Hit that share button. Join the conversation. Because this story, it's not just royal, it's real. And trust us, the next chapter? It's coming. And it's going to be even wilder. Chapter 7. Diana's inner circle speaks. More people step into the ring. Just when you thought the flames were dying down, more voices from Diana's past are stepping forward, each adding fuel to the firestorm Charles Spencer started. Former royal staffers, Diana's old friends, even ex-boyfriends. Yep, they're crawling out of the woodwork, and they've got receipts. One former housekeeper, who worked at Kensington Palace during the height of Diana's media frenzy, said, Diana hated feeling like a spectacle. She used to say, "They see me, but they don't hear me." Meghan? She wants to be seen, heard, followed, and streamed in high definition. Another insider added, Charles isn't being cruel, he's being protective. He doesn't want Diana's name turned into a brand stamp. Meanwhile, one of Diana's closest friends from her humanitarian days, a woman who traveled with her to landmine-ridden Angola, claimed that if Diana had met Meghan, she'd have admired her drive, but questioned her motives. She'd say, "I like her passion. But does she care more about the cause or the camera?" Oof. The consensus from those who knew Diana best? She was complex, grounded, and quietly powerful. Meghan's louder, flashier style might have clashed with Diana's deeply personal brand of grace. Could that be why Charles Spencer is so fiery now? Because to him, Diana isn't just a name on a plaque or a face on a mug. She's sacred. And he's not going to let Meghan make her just another headline. But how does the public feel about this battle of legacies? Chapter 8. The public reacts. Team Charles or Team Meghan? Let's just say this. Twitter/X, Reddit, and TikTok exploded. One half of the internet threw virtual confetti at Charles Spencer, hailing him as the long-awaited truth-teller of the royal soap opera. Finally, someone from Diana's family saying what we've all been thinking since 2018. This isn't about race. It's about character. Meghan's behavior has raised eyebrows from day one. But the other half? Oh, they were ready for battle. So, what if Meghan wants fame? Diana did too, in her own way. Sounds like another jealous old man trying to gatekeep a woman's success. Memes popped up. Hashtags trended. Even AI-generated reenactments of Diana face-palming from the clouds made their rounds online. And here's the thing. Public opinion is no longer one-sided. Once upon a time, Meghan was the underdog. Then she was the villain. Then the victim again. Now, people are tired of the drama, but also fascinated by